Section 8 is the section where you'll enter your personal statement, and this section has a limit of 5,300 characters. Not words, characters. I believe this is one of the most important sections, and your personal statement should have some key components. Everyone will tell you different things to highlight, but it's important that you explain thoroughly your why. Why do you want to become a physician? What specifically happened in your life that puts you on this trajectory? You should be detailed. You shouldn't use terms that are common. I dreamt of this since I was a child. A lot of people have dreamt of this since they were a child. Be very specific in your personal statement. Your personal statement should never focus on anyone else but you. The first time I applied, I made the mistake of my personal statement being about a doctor that inspired me. And I spent the majority of my personal statement speaking about her. But the problem is, she's not applying to medical school. She already applied, she already got in, she already became a doctor. Your personal statement should set you apart. There are thousands of people applying. Your statement should be unique. In my personal statement, I highlighted why art and science led me to medicine. I countered this with experiences that I had with patients and in the community that spoke to the qualities that anyone would want in their physician. I suggest that you complete your statement and have a few different people review it for grammatical errors and flow. One person may suggest removing an item that's significant to you. Another may suggest keeping that item. Ultimately, the decision is up to you. And it's always good to have input. Also, a quick note for MD PhD applicants, you will have 2 additional essays, the MD PhD essay and the significant research experience essay. Lastly, section 9 is for all of your standardized scores. So an important thing to note is you can indicate if you have an upcoming exam so that schools are aware to look out for your score. This is very important. If you don't indicate that you are taking the exam in the coming month, they will review your application based off of whatever scores you may have had previously. If you submit your application and then wait for your score, this is not always suggested because if you don't get the score that you want, your score will be sent automatically and you would have already paid for the application at that point. Another thing, most medical schools require that MCAS scores are no more than 3 years old. I would check on the individual websites to make sure that they'll accept a score that's a little bit older. Depending on the program, some schools may require additional testing, for example, MD PhD or MBA MD programs. Look into the tests that they may require. All right, so that concludes the AMCAS series. I highly suggest consulting with a few people before you determine the correct time to apply to medical school. When I attended conferences, I networked with advisors from medical schools and deans from medical schools for advice. This advice was super helpful because they were honest and they told me whether I would be a good fit for their school. I suggest taking your time to make this decision and then fully committing to the application cycle only when you are ready. Don't make the mistake that I made the first time applying when I was not ready because I wasted a large amount of money. Even though this worked out in the end and my second time applying I got into medical school, I would have saved time and resources and stress. I know that this is a big decision. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, especially during these hectic and uncertain times. And I hope that you and all of your loved ones are safe and healthy. Thank you.